star of the game for New Orleans with 30 points. 12-point win for New Orleans in Game 1. 24-point blowout win in Game 2. TNT will have Game 4 on Sunday night. If the Mavs hold on, we'll guarantee a Game 5 back in New Orleans on Tuesday, and you see the rest of the way this schedule will play out, going Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. 9-point game. Stojakovic at 3.
That's right. And right now, he is only 4 for 10 in this game. That was his third 3. You're right, Mike. You're only down 9. You have 3 minutes to go. Comes down to stop time.
They haven't been able to. Kid gets in to Terry, who's been a big star here tonight with Nowitzki. Goes around everybody. The Sid Brandon Bass kept it alive, but he fouled. So that's why he was able to keep it alive. And after this timeout, New Orleans will have a chance to get it to 7 or 6. It is not done yet. Game 3 here. The home team trying to make a mark in the series. Same true with Phoenix at home against the defending NBA champs. San Antonio's won by 2 at 6, and they're in the Valley of the Sun for Game 3 next on ESPN.
Get fly, get fly, fly, get fly.
When you combine the most powerful half-ton V8 engine on the road with over 400 horses of power at 19 miles per gallon, the way you move will never be the same again. The 2008 GMC Sierra Denali. Experience the freedom of professional grade.
The flowers, for a couple of hours, on a beautiful day, daydream, I dream of you amid the flowers, for a couple of hours.
When you're on the go, you need a one-handed snack with a two-handed taste. Wendy's new Chicken Go Wraps. They're not strips like some other wraps. They're made with only tender center-cut chicken breasts in home style, spicy, or grilled, each just $1.49. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Now eat way better, way later.
There are many roads we could have gone down, but only one led to Rocky Mountain Water for a smooth drinking beer. And only one led to High Country Barley for a full-flavored taste. It's the only road we've ever taken. And since 1873, we welcome folks like you to come along for the ride. Coors, the banquet beer.
Mark Jones back in the studio. A pivotal Game 3 coming up in the Valley of the Sun. Amari Stoudemire, a.k.a. Stat, stands for standing tall and talented. The Suns haven't lost 3 games in a row all year, Mike Tirico. The only team in the league to do so. Back to you.
This one would last for a long time. Thanks, Mark. Here, Chris Paul, who's only the 8th man, Hubie, to go back-to-back with 30 points and 15 assists in a playoff game, has been completely held in check. Now, what has it been? Has it been something at one of your great coaching clinics, some different defenses they've come up with, or that was just dig inside?
Well, rather than trap him strong on a lot of occasions, they've gone under the screen. By going under the screen, Jason Terry is beating him to the area when he turns the corner to go down the lane. So that's been the one way they've played him. They've gone over the top sometimes, but a minimum of trapping, and it's worked to their advantage. They forced him to look at the long shot, and since he's not shooting well, he's not in a groove, so he stepped away. Unfortunately for him, 3 for 16 to the foot. It is kind of brutal.
Well, they come out of the timeout, run a play for Pargo, and it was halfway down, trying to get to 7. You see Dallas's mastery here in this city, not just this building of the Hornets. Hornets have never won in here. It looks like they'll be trying to do it in Game 4. 8 on the clock for Nowitzki, who has 30 and 17 boards. Jason Kidd is open for 3. West to Nowitzki, battle for the board, and he's out off of West.
Now West's upset with the call. He thought that Dirk was over his back, but right there, Joe DeRosa was right on top of the call.
What triggered? No, rebound Pargo, 2-10.
You get a 3 in here, Mike, or a drive to the basket and a basket and a foul, and get a 3 that way.
Oh, first alley-oop of the night. They have not converted on those all night. Now it's a 7-point game with 2 to go.
You're right back in this thing. Main thing right now is do not foul. The big thing is Dallas is making their foul shots. Now they're right back in a rhythm. And the key guys will have the ball and shoot over 80%.
Either team over the limit. Howard baseline, 8 to shoot. Diagonally into the lane. Terry will take 3. And make it. He's been the guts of this team tonight. He's added the emotional edge. 22 for Terry. Lead is 10. 99 seconds to go.
He's right there in the big picture. You go Dirk, and then you go Jason Terry. He's had sensational. He's made big shots. He's broken their heart out in the transition game, and he's done an excellent job defensively on Paul off the dribble.
Paul responds his 4th field goal. A foul is just going to be side out here, unless it's in the act of shooting. Nowitzki. Bang! 32-17 for Dirk. It's 10 with about 10 to go.
We knew they would score the basketball here. Everyone knew that they would score points. They are an excellent team in this building. The question was, could they defend? And the answer to that was yes. They did it all here tonight.
Beza put it on the deck, didn't get the roll. Nowitzki went for rebound 18, and a loose ball foul called on the Hornets. And Dallas going to get one here and extend the series. Again, first team foul last 2 minutes with Dallas ball in the backcourt with 54 to go.
Main thing is now just run time and make sure that your 3 key guys who are shooting over 80% handle.
Terry and Dirk out top. 5 to shoot. Howard. Good night. Terry and Paul with contact here in the backcourt. Foul to give for Dallas. Terry gave it and gave it hard. That's really like the energy, the passion that was missing from the Mavericks on the road in games 1 and 2 has been apparent here, and that guy's been a huge reason and gets a big ovation as he comes out.
Rightfully so. They limited their turnovers. They were averaging 16 turnovers a game down in Hornet land. Here tonight, they've done an excellent job. Now, that time, now you got to stop here.
Completely hard foul with no attempt to go at the ball by Dampier.
That's exactly right.
And Chandler comes up and responds and gives him lip. And this is like a hockey series where the outcome has been decided, and then there's just a foul for the purpose of sending a message coming. Now, they need to pull Pargo and Paul away here before the officials can have a conversation of what they're going to do in calling a foul.
You can talk all you want. Just make sure you don't swing at anyone. We can live with that. You do not need a suspension in a 2-1 series after this game. Also on the dribble, there has been a lot of dribbling tonight at both ends where the dribbler has started with the contact as he's dribbling the ball using his forearm, his lead forearm on people. And you're getting retaliations at both ends of the floor. So we've had some hard fouling with non-calls. Keep an eye right there. See, he stepped in, but then Dampier stepped on Chris Paul, and he put him into a stagger. Watch it right there. See, he pushes him from the rear into a stagger. But notice how Paul, that's what all good offensive players do on the drive. They dribble in, and they force the contact with that lead shoulder and forearm.
We'll certainly have technicals. Question here is, was that a flagrant foul for unnecessary contact?
Depends upon how you want to say. Dampier, did he stumble and force the push in the back, or did he do it deliberately?
Technical fouls called on Dampier and Chandler, and a flagrant one has been called on Dampier. So technical on Chandler as Paul makes the free throw. A technical on Dampier and a flagrant one on Dampier for those free throws and the ball. It makes it a 10-point game with 27.3 to go. Paul misses. Nowitzki the rebound, and the shot clock off, and Dallas will just play it out. So in a game the Dallas Mavericks had to have for a variety of reasons. If they went down 3-0, there would have been a lot of talk and a lot of changes. Change in the lineup. Big guys respond. We've got a series with Game 4 Sunday night in Dallas. Win for the Mavericks after 12 and 24-point wins for the Hornets in New Orleans. We haven't had a single-digit game in this series. The reigning MVP had 32 points, 19 boards, 6 assists. Here's Dirk Nowitzki with Lisa Salter.
Dirk, things seem to get a little testy there late in the game. What words were exchanged there?
Oh, not much. You know, it's playoff time. We need to get on the board. We need to get this win. And I mean, it's just part of the game.
You were saying before the game that this is like a Game 7 for you guys. What was different about the energy you guys brought tonight?
I think our home crowd really energized us. You know, our defense was there. It was great early. You know, we only gave up 87 points. We're scrambling for each other. We're rebounding. And then we got the ball in the kids' hands, and we got a lot of transition points, and I think that was the big key for us tonight.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, Mike.
Thank you, Lisa. In 3 games, Dirk Nowitzki has 90 points and 34 rebounds. Our friends at TNT will have Game 4 this series on Sunday. Hubie, Lisa, and I will see you on ABC Sunday for Game 4 of Cleveland, Washington. With Hubie Brown and Lisa Salters, Mike Tirico. Good night from Dallas. The Mavericks make it a series. It's New Orleans 2-1 in the series. Tonight, it's Dallas 97, New Orleans 87. So long from Big D. And now, Game 3, Suns and Spurs from Phoenix.
All right, coming up next, Steve Nash and the Phoenix Suns taking on the San Antonio Spurs in a pivotal Game 3 coming up for Phoenix especially. No team has ever fallen behind 3-0 in the NBA playoffs and come back to win a series. Mark Jones, Stephen A. Smith, Jalen Rose. What do you guys make of that last little exchange at the end in Dallas? Is that, Jalen, a message being sent for the next run?
No harm, no foul. All of this is great for the Dallas Mavericks. Anything that's going to take Chris Paul's focus off winning basketball games and something to go into the next game to think about and talk about as opposed to just talking about the score of the game benefits Dallas. Great win for that team. Tremendous energy by Jason Terry.
I'm not so sure about that, but what I will say is good to see them execute some kind of distraction or try to employ some kind of distraction method, because the fact is New Orleans was rolling until tonight. So if you want to get in their face, get physical, take the ball out of Chris Paul's hand, cut down on the turnovers, which is what they did, that's definitely a plus. We'll see how effective that stuff later. And by the way, Eric Dampier trying to push somebody around.
It was a push.
How appropriate is it that he's 7 feet, 285 pounds, and little Chris Paul?
I totally agree. But when he's having a bad game, you don't want to let him get that layup at the end.
Got to pick on someone your own side, like maybe Shaquille O'Neal coming up next.
That's why Shaquille O'Neal once called them Erica Dampier.
Oh, right. No, he didn't. Coming up next.
Shaq got to worry about Tim Duncan.
Shaq said it.
Shaq got to worry about Tim Duncan.